In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact customer acquisition process we implement for our online service businesses to get them high-ticket, pre-qualified, and pre-sold leads. Now, who's going to benefit most from this video? If you have an online service business, so you could be an online coach, consultant, or agency owner, essentially you solve a specific problem for a specific client online via services. If you're between 5 and 30K per month and you really want to reach that next level of 50 to 100, but you're just not 100% sure which systems to implement, and your biggest struggle currently is getting a fully booked calendar full of high-ticket, pre-qualified, and pre-sold leads. Okay, now what we're not going to talk about in this video is creating more content or creating better ads. The big two problems relying solely on content and ads to get more clients is essentially number one, it's passive. You have to create an ad, a content with the CTA and then just hope people come to you. And number two, you are competing. Chances are there's someone out there that's creating the exact same piece as you, just 10 times better because they have 10 times the resources and the time. So we need to figure out a way, instead of being the best option, to be the only option. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. Now, it's never been easier to create a 20 to a 50K per month online service business. Now, you've probably seen this on the internet, all these 18 to 25-year-olds making $100,000 months. Now, what are they doing that we aren't? First off, let's start with what doesn't work anymore. So over the past couple of years, online marketers have become crazy good at funnels. Problem being, people are so tired of just being pushed down a funnel for the pure purpose of monetizing them, regardless if they actually hit the results or not. So what we're sitting with now is a bunch of cold and skeptical eyes on the internet. Now, you've probably seen the ManyChat to lead magnet to DM conversion to book call, or the golden oldie, the ad to opt in to lead magnet to book a sale. Now, this worked super great a year ago, but it doesn't anymore. Reason being is that we're taking cold and skeptical eyes, we're pushing them through a funnel that they're used to, and then you're trying to book a call. So no wonder our metrics are looking absolutely horrible. Now, what can we do to fix this? Enter the CAT model. Now, the CAT model is essentially built on credibility, authority, and trust. Now, what we're going to do in the CAT model is essentially take all our traffic. So that's going to be ads, AI, Loom audits, organic, essentially any traffic mechanism that you have, and we're going to push it into your free trust builder. And then on average, we're going to see a 5% conversion from your free trust builder, from the people that you've nurtured onto calls. And this is going to be high ticket, pre-sold and pre-qualified because they've been through your process. They know who you are. You've built the credibility, authority, and trust. Now, a little magic piece that we also include is the lead recycler. Now, this is incredibly effective. And I did a full training on this, so you're welcome to check this out after this. But for the purposes of this video, just know we usually see a 5 to 15% increase. Okay, wonderful. So now that we have a conceptual model, what is a trust builder? A free trust builder is essentially your digital assets. This is something that you're going to provide to your client that solves a specific problem. Now, people usually do this on YouTube, but the problem with YouTube is essentially it's like trying to sell a book in a library. There's so many other options. And even if you are the best in the market, you're the absolute mecca, chances are people are just going to get distracted by cat videos. So what I would recommend rather is use a community builder. I'm personally a big advocate of Skool. I just think it's the best, but there are many out there, so feel free to explore a bit. Now, essentially, your digital assets could be a lot of things. It could be video trainings, templates, case studies, consultants, group calls, or mini courses based on the FAQs. Essentially, anything that is going to save time and frustration for your client in your trust builder. If you go back to the purpose of our free trust builder, it's essentially to nurture, to show the people that we are credible, we have the authority and the trust. We need to solve problems for people. We need to save them time and save them frustration. Okay, so now that we know what the free trust builder is, let's get into getting more clients. Enough fluff. Okay, so phase one is actually pretty new, but I'll get back to the axe. What we usually did is we implemented a whole system for our clients. So we made sure their traffic was on point, the free trust builder, we got them setters. But what we saw is so many of our clients still failed, even though we implemented a process that we know works. And then a light bulb went off. It's not necessarily the axe, it's how you use it. Now, if you go into the woods and you start cutting down a tree for 6 hours, doesn't work. So next day you go back and you cut it down for 8 hours, doesn't work. And the next day for 12. So now you're sitting there, you're broken, you're exhausted. And then someone comes by and tells you, I don't want to offend you, but you're using the axe wrong. You're hitting it with the wrong side. You are going to feel like an absolute idiot. And that is exactly how we felt. We've been giving the perfect process, the perfect axe to people that didn't know how to use it. So before we get into the technical piece that we know works, we need to make sure that the mental model is there to actually use the X. So we need to define, are you doing the right things? It's easy to work for 12 hours a day and not accomplish anything. If you're going to sit there and try to figure out what is your company name going to be, your company colors, like, yes, that's work, but that's going to drive you like 0.5% versus getting traffic. And number two is your systems. I see so many entrepreneurs building a business on how they feel. So they think they should create content, or maybe we'll do ads, or maybe there's a problem with the product. So they need to jump over to their operations. That is 100% surefire way to fail miserably. You need a system. You need a process. Otherwise, the biggest, urgent, most juicy thing is going to take your attention. So we always focus to make sure the right systems are in place. And lastly, your mental model. Whether you're starting out at 0 or maybe you're at 50K and you want to jump to 100K. If you're going to push, you're going to fail. But if you see that failure as a negative thing, you're going to blame the algorithm, a consultant, as someone. You're never going to get to that next level. You need to be excited about failure because you found out a way that doesn't work. And once we get that gear shifted, it is incredible what results people can get. Okay, wonderful. So that's phase one, making sure the mental model is right. Number two is going to be traffic. Now, I'm not going to focus on traffic in this video, but this is customized to the client because people are different. Some people are good at content. That's not me. Some people are good at ads. So forcing someone into a certain form of traffic is just bad math and it's never going to work. Okay, so now we're going to push all that traffic into our free trust builder, which we've talked about quite a bit. Now, here's another magic little piece. As we get people into our free trust builder, we're going to build trust, we're going to nurture them, we're going to give them all these solutions. But we're also going to do group calls, one-on-one consultations, where we're going to hear the exact problem, the exact FAQs, the frequently asked questions of our ideal client. Now what we can do is we can cater our traffic to that exact problems. And now we're going to create better traffic. We're going to get better people into our free trust builder, better questions, better traffic, better free trust builder. Do you see the magic? Do you see how incredibly powerful this is? Once we've done a couple of iterations over a couple of months, this becomes invaluable. Okay, now you shouldn't run this thing. Yes, it's going to take a bit of time to start, but once we can, we're going to insert an operator specialist. They're essentially going to look after nurturing your clients, any issues that they have, so you can focus on traffic. The only time you should be focusing on your free trust builder is essentially to build the assets and then you're out. Now, what's going to happen organically? As you build the trust, as you nurture your clientele, they are going to feel that you are the authority and you have the solution to their problem. So they are going to book a call with you. And this is usually where we see that 5% conversion from your free trust builder to people booking calls. But we are greedy and we want a fully booked calendar. So what we're going to do is we're going to implement an army of setters. Now, this is highly customized to the owner, essentially who they are, what they want to achieve, and what their product is. But essentially, this could include doing outbounds with warm or cold with your army of setters, doing AI loom audits, which is essentially going to be personalized looms that we send out. And all of this is done by AI. And then, of course, lead recycling, which is incredibly powerful. And we're just going to push your conversion from 5% to 15%, which doesn't sound like a lot, only 300%. But that's 3 times the amount of pre-qualified, pre-sold leads that's jumping onto your calls. Now, after our super army of setters has booked our calendar full, you are going to take the calls. Now, you may ask, we have an operator specialist. We have an army of setters. Why aren't we getting a closer? So to take us back a couple of steps, when you do one of those old funnels, we're essentially taking cold and skeptical eyes and we're pushing them to a call. So on a spectrum of warm to cold leads, we are coming in really low. And that is why you need that 1-hour sales call, because they're going to come in with a question, is this person legitimate? So for the first 40 minutes of your pitch, you just need to establish that you have credibility, you have authority. And that's why we have these ridiculous scripts. But what if, hold on to your chair, if we build a whole system that shows people exactly who you are, it builds the CAT, credibility, authority, and trust. So by the time they get to your call, the question isn't, is this person legitimate? It's when can I start? So that's essentially, we get people who are pre-qualified and pre-sold. And another great benefit we see with this system is it filters out the bads. Let's say someone gets into your whole ecosystem and they think you're arrogant, you're horrible, then wonderful. thanks, Pete, I'm sure there's someone else that can help you. So by the time they actually book a call, by the time they work with you, you know they resonate with your message, they resonate with you because you've already given everything. Because now they can see who you are, how you communicate, and the solutions that you provide. So this is why this whole system is so incredibly effective. So when a person goes through your whole system and when they jump on a call, they actually want to work with you because they know who you are. You've built the trust, you've built the credibility. They know you actually have the solution for them. You now have everything to build your own CAT model and get a fully booked calendar. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or my Skool Group. Or if you need any help implementing this system, please reach out to me and let's get you earning. Enjoy.